got it for you today. The best tip if you're looking to sell your home. Number one, the one thing that you need to know, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not what you think. I know there's all sorts of creative strategies, but it's really not that hard to sell a home right now, but it's harder to close a home. So you may be able to get a bunch of offers for your home, but if you make this mistake, which my one tip addresses, you're more likely to have to keep trying and trying because you didn't do something super easy from the beginning. My name is Jonathan Green. I run a big real estate team called Streamline Properties on Market. We're brokered by eXp Realty. We activate primarily in New Jersey, also in some other states. But my best tip, if you're looking to sell your home, it's not going to be what you think, is to be transparent. Why? The reason why, I'm actually going to go back first and explain what happens if you're not. If you're a home seller and you're thinking, oh, I really hope the buyer doesn't find this out, you're not operating in good faith and it's going to come back to haunt you. At some point in the transaction, they're going to find out. And if they don't, they're going to find out later and they're going to be coming for you. If your whole attitude as a seller is, I hope I can get away with something, you're not going to make the most money that you should. The way that you make the most money that you should on a transaction is if you're transparent about the things in the house that maybe aren't perfect or things that have happened. You fill out your seller's disclosure completely honestly. You don't leave anything out. I'm going to explain why. If you know that there's anomalies or things in the house that are going to affect the value, you have to acknowledge them up front. You can't think you're going to hoodwink a buyer and get the most, because what's going to happen when you don't disclose all the things that you know about? One, you're being dishonest and hoping that you get lucky. Number two is you're going to start a lot of deals where you think it's going to go well, and then it's always going to come up. In New Jersey, there's a lot of underground oil tanks that were decommissioned and left in the ground a long time ago. No buyers are going to accept that if there was no testing or verification that there was no leaks. That's something that a seller needs to do. So if you don't tell us up front and then we find it, and then our transaction fails and you don't tell anybody again, we're going to be watching, because that's going to be actually on the listing agent at that point to confirm with the seller that we know about this and we need to update the seller's disclosure. And it's something that we should put in the notes, because the best way to get your best deal is to make sure that the buyer knows as much as possible about the property. The reason why is because then when the offers come in, they're aware of everything. Where do most deals go to die? Inspections. And most deals go to die in home inspection because the sellers weren't honest about things that they knew wrong. And then it's a shock. So if you know that you have a sewer problem and you say, like, we've had a couple sewer backups, here's the documents of what the sewer company does. We jet the lines twice a year. There's no breaks in the line. Wow, that's transparent. And then also, when they go to their home inspection, they can verify that. Then they believe that you're an honest seller, and all of the other things they're going to take as true. If you don't disclose it, the sewer is different because not everybody always checks their sewer over years. But if you have something like you've had a mold issue that you've remedied, or the roof leaked and you fixed it, and you don't indicate it, and then they see stains of a leak, they're going to assume it's an active leak. And then they look like you're lying. So the easiest way to get the best transaction, which is a win-win and smooth, is to just let everybody know everything. And I know what people are thinking, well, that might lose me money. Not in the long run, because that stuff all gets found out. Most buyers use well-vetted home inspection companies, and they will find all the things that you're hiding. And when they find it in a transaction, it makes it more likely that the transaction will fail then. Even if you're willing to give credits and you think you're going to have to get credits, be upfront about it. Say, these are the things that are issues. I'm not going to deal with them. And then you let people make an offer based on that and include that in their offer. We acknowledge that these parts are as is. A lot of people are putting chimney in New Jersey as is, no known issues, which means they're not aware of anything, which is nice. You're still going to go check it yourself. But you want to know which things are out there. And I'm just going to guarantee you, I know maybe you don't believe me, but if you're fully transparent about the things about your property, you're going to end up with your best offer. May not be the highest offer, but it's going to be the best offer that closes. And it's billions of times less likely that you fail in home inspection when you've already forecasted, like, hey, we know what the issues are, we've gotten some estimates, please include these in your offer. One of the best examples of this, before I hop off, is knob and tube wiring. We've seen a couple homes that were listed with knob and tube. That is something that's going to have to be remedied. The sellers at the time did not want to expend the money, but they said specifically, here's the quote for the knob and tube. Please consider that when you're making your offer. That's going to be on you. But they told them it was going to cost $12,000. Like, thank you. Now they can take their offer minus 12,000, or at least be transparent about, like, look, they know about it. They're not trying to hide it, and that's going to be on us. And that makes your buyers more vetted because you've been more transparent. They know exactly what they're going to get. And when that comes up in home inspection, it's not going to be a surprise. That's why it's my best tip. If you're looking to sell your home, just be honest and transparent. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Have a good day.